Hey friends, today we're talking about hormones. Maybe that feels scary because when the hormones are raging at your house, things get a little crazy. But we're going to break it down today and help you feel a little bit more confident moving forward. When we first got started on our natural living journey, hormones were not even on my radar, you guys, not even close. But it wasn't long after I had my first daughter, about 8 months postpartum, that I realized things were pretty off. And honestly, things had probably been pretty off for a while, but getting the toxins out of our home and start cleaning up like what I was putting in my body did something really cool for me. It helped me become really in tune to what my body needed and where there might be some deficiencies. So I started noticing things like, postpartum, all the things, mood, lack of libido, the hair falling out, just so many things. My cycle had come back and it was just off and out of control. And so a friend introduced me to Progessence Plus. Progessence Plus is a natural progesterone serum that smells so lovely, ladies. Also helped me sleep good at night, but it helped to start balancing out my crazy whacked out progesterone levels. And when I had that experience with this bottle of oil, I knew that I needed to look more into what my hormones were telling me and that I could not be the only one out there who needed good hormone support. And you guys, I wasn't. Hundreds of women I know now use essential oils for hormone support and are getting such great results. So, a couple of tips. If you think that you might need hormone support, I would encourage you to get with your doctor. Maybe you can see like a naturopath or someone holistic, but almost all doctors can run hormone panels. And what's awesome about getting a hormone panel run is that you know where to start. So maybe it's your progesterone levels, maybe your cortisol levels are out of whack, maybe your estrogen is so low. And so it gives you a really great starting place so that you're not guessing with where you need support. Something I want to encourage you with that though is sometimes when you see a regular doctor, they might say, yep, you know what, your progesterone levels they're in range. And range can be really big. So this might be your range, and say we have a low and a high end, but maybe you're functioning at this low end, right? That's still going to impact how you feel, what your cycle looks like, all the things. So even if you're within range, you could need some support. So make sure that you're asking questions about what does it mean to be in range? Where exactly am I on that scale? And so that you get some really accurate results. So if you can get a hormone panel, that is so great. The other thing is you can kind of figure things out by your symptoms. So if you are still in childbearing ages, if you are trying to get pregnant, if you are in postpartum, any of those things, we typically need the progesterone support. If you are over 40 in that menopausal stage, estrogen support is going to be your best friend. So Clary Sage is a blend that we love, along with a couple of other things. Cortisol, if you are low, like lots of fatigue, different things like that, then your cortisol levels might need to be looked at. Your thyroid, if you're having trouble with a healthy weight, those kind of things. Okay, so we've got some different things that we can look at to figure out which areas might need support. Another thing I want to say is that you being here and making some of these simple swaps that we've talked about, like switching out your cleaners, ditching that harmful laundry soap, ditching the perfume, ladies, switching out your makeup, all of those things are going to impact your endocrine system and how it functions. Why? Well, a lot of the products in our home, we talked about fragrance, we talked about SLS, we talked about dyes, all of those things. A lot of them are endocrine disrupting products, especially when you think of things like perfume and laundry soap and dryer sheets. They mess with our endocrine systems and they make it harder for our bodies to function the way they were designed to function. So even just by cleaning up the products in your home, you are making huge strides towards giving your endocrine system a better shot at functioning well, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention is that I know so many women who turn a certain age and they are immediately told you need to be using synthetic hormones, like this is just how it is. You get to a certain age and you use them. And while there is always a place for medicine, I want to encourage you to really try some things like ditching your products, using essential oils, and paying attention to the foods that you put in your body for natural ways to encourage your endocrine system. Because when we put synthetics in our bodies, it makes our body systems pretty lazy. We kind of tell our body like, okay, I'm gonna put something fake in there, and you don't really have to do the job that you were created to do. And then it does a lot of other things that have long-term results that you can research. But there are so many ways that you can support your body naturally that make a huge difference for how you feel as a woman, how your family reacts to you at those certain times of the month, and just how it impacts your total body health forever. So hormones are not just for women too. We have young kiddos with hormones needs. We have the men in our lives that have hormone needs. So what I want to hear from you today is tell me in the comments, where do you think you need to start? What kind of symptoms are you having? What kind of support do you think that you need? And we can work to get you what you need. Make sure that you read through what I wrote here today. It's got some extra information for digging in, but I can't wait to talk hormones with you guys because it's a game changer when you get that supported well.